Writing code is writing a precise set of instructions a computer or device can understand. It's explaining exactly what you want your computer to do at any given moment. Okay. Computers need to know exactly how to react to things like the clicking of a mouse or the pushing of a button. Whatever happens, ultimately, is happening because of lines of code that is written by human programming. Anything with a plug or battery uses code. It's keeping our airplanes in the air. It's allowing you to swipe a credit card, push a keyboard. The computer doesn't know what to do in any situation. It has to be taught by a computer programmer. Okay. So if you think about it, a computer programmer explaining to a computer, like trying to give someone directions who don't know how to drive or they don't know what a car is. So if you look at that, look at the complications in that. What do you have to do? You have to tell them how to get there. You have to tell them what a car is. You have to tell them what a steering wheel is. You have to tell them what keys are. So basically, you do that with if then statements. If you go back to the old MySpace social media application, that was basically coding. Okay. So to understand that particular communication, you have to go back and look at the history of it. Okay. Joseph Jacquard created the first computer application. It was a set of weaving instructions or code that used binary form, basically a card, a needle. And how it worked is if you can push the needle through the hole, then that would be considered a one. If you cannot push it through, then that would be considered a zero. Binary is basically yes, zero. They converted that into if then statements. So if the pin doesn't go through, that's a zero. If it goes through, that's a one. So essentially, the card holds a preset pattern that's read by the mechanical loom, and you can basically make cloth, rugs, clothing, etc. So they manufacture that, and during the Industrial Revolution, it took off. Charles Babbage created a mechanical device, basically a calculating machine, and it mimicked a lot of Jacquard's work. They merged it together. Years later, during this revolution, transistors are made. Transistors are used simultaneously with each other and other computers. As a way of harnessing all of this information, we use code. There's different languages in code. You have Ruby, Visual, Assembly Language, PHP, C++. A computer programmer basically follows the rules of the presets. Okay. So just like the pins on the loom that Jacquard created, if you think about the alphabet, okay, alphabets, it doesn't mean anything until you put them in word form, until you put, a noun and a predicate, and you put everything together and you have spoken language, you have a book, you have a novel. Okay, so using billions of combinations of ones and zeros, you have Word, you have Microsoft, you have different programs, you have different mechanical programs, and it all starts with someone actually programming the computer to speak to the mechanical device.